building.
Hey.
What's up, buddy?
What's up, dude?
How's everything?
Danny Funk. Good to be here. Good
I
to
haven't, when was the last time I saw you? We were in South Carolina.
South Carolina.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just moved there.
Quiet place.
Very quiet. Very retired place. Very
Very
different.
retired.
Very different.
Something me and you are not yet.
Very different from New York.
Very different. Very southern.
Slow.
Very slow. Yeah.
It's a perfect word. Yeah.
Super slow.
Yeah. I need slow right now. Sometimes you need to slow it down.
Yeah, I'm getting there too.
Yeah.
Definitely getting there too.
Is that the reason that we made this?
What do you mean?
So, well, first, I want to talk about a little intro.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
I think, besides the bio, right? Like, I think people want to know, all right, why are we here? What brought you here, right? Who are you?
Yeah.
What do we do, right?
I think the pandemic brought me here.
Classic.
Because there's literally nothing to do. Everybody was working. Well, everyone was not working. And then I was working.
Somewhere.
And then there's literally, like, nowhere to go other than work and here. So, I don't know. I just, like, I've always wanted to, I figure if I started a podcast, people would come and talk to me.
My friends, if you build it, they will come.
Yeah, exactly.
My friends
Exactly. No, yeah. It's been a wild 2 years, man.
Yeah, no, for sure, man. I think everyone's had
And it doesn't even feel like 2 years.
It doesn't.
It's insane.
Yeah. Dude, you built something phenomenal here, man. I mean, I don't know if you guys can see
Yeah.
all this, but I mean, this place looks absolutely amazing, man. So
I
you did a really good job here, man.
I don't know. I just couldn't sleep for a week. I was like, yeah, I really want to do a podcast, just like every other white guy that's doing a podcast right now.
Yeah, of course. You're gonna be the next Joe Rogan, you know. What's the premise, man? What's we know
so,
why.
I mean, I was thinking everything out when I wanted to do this. You know, I knew that I couldn't get like a co-host, right?
Right.
Because it's just it's tough to rely on people, especially someone that doesn't like share the same dream as you.
Yeah.
You know, I definitely live like a simpler life now. I really don't do much.
Monk life.
Yeah. I'm either traveling or I'm working and sleeping. So I definitely have the time. Like there's no excuse there.
Yeah, it's a good time killer, man. Yeah, it's
Definitely
something
a good
to
time
do.
killer.
Yeah.
It's definitely like,
Beats going to the bars.
yeah,
Spending money.
just drink here.
Yeah.
Just get wasted here.
Get some Bud Lights.
Yeah.
This ad is sponsored by Bud Light Premium.
And Liquid Death. No, but yeah, so I just figured I literally couldn't sleep for a week. I was like, I just kept thinking ideas, and it was just like, I want to like act on this. Like I've never done anything like this before. Didn't have the means, you know. I just got this apartment. You know,
Congratulations, by the way, man.
Thank you.
Super
Thank
proud
you.
of you.
Like just a single guy
awesome.
with 2 bedrooms, right?
Yeah.
What the fuck am I gonna do with this
Right,
other
'cause
bedroom?
This bedroom was originally like you put your assault bike in here.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
There's
I
your
made it a
sweat
gym.
station,
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
a
I was
little
gonna
gym.
work in this. What would you say the square footage of this room is right now?
Oh man, I don't know, maybe 6 by 8, which is I can't do math.
Yeah.
What is that?
Me neither.
Who's good at
It's
math?
just
Quick.
too small for working out, anything. It's literally a place to sleep. It looks like a New York City apartment,
Yeah.
pretty much.
Yeah.
So just figured, fuck it, just making a podcast room.
I love it.
You know.
Where'd you get this sign, man?
So
I know where you got this sign. What does it say?
you were with me, right?
Yeah, I was with you. Yeah, that was a Bud Light night, right? Yeah.
I think it was
Brooklyn? Or-
Yeah, I think it was a tequila night, to be honest.
Yeah.
Bud Light wouldn't make me rip a sign off a wall and stick it in the back of an Uber. Yeah,
so,
dude.
So if you guys can't see all of it, so it's a sign. It's literally 6 feet long. So there you go. There's the dimensions of the room. So
literally, yeah.
Yeah. It says keep this far apart, right? So this is like when COVID first hit, and what is it? The New York City parks, right? Put these signs up.
Yeah, yeah, and yeah, literally in all the parks.
Yeah.
You know, to let people know, and you know, of course, people didn't follow it.
Yeah. And he may or may not have.
Yeah, no, I bought this off somebody.
Exactly. Off Amazon. You can actually purchase this.
Yeah, I'm 110% sure that this is gonna be worth 5 to 10 grand in, I want to say 50 years.
It's a relic.
Yeah.
It's a COVID relic.
110%. This is probably like the only cool pandemic sign ever.
I like it. I like it. It fits, man. It fits.
No, it definitely fits.
I like it.
And literally, this is a 6 foot room because
And now we know.
it's probably
I was
3
close. What did I say? I
inches
said
longer.
6, right? It's
Yeah,
that's
it's
a 6
3
by 8.
inches longer than this actual. The room is 3 inches longer than this sign.
Yeah, that's all I got. So I know 3 inches when I see it. Yeah. So, yeah, I eyeballed that.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
It's a good eye.
Pretty good.
But yeah, you know, this pandemic happened. I got an apartment and a sign out of it.
Yeah.
It's nice.
For you, man.
I'll take it any day.
I'm proud of you, bro. I'm capitalizing on the
Yeah,
pandemic.
capitalizing on a downfall
good
of a
interest
society.
rates.
Good interest rates, yeah.
Good for you, man.
Yeah, the banks loved me. And then and it's also crazy, like I had to pay a lawyer to like a mortgage lawyer? What do they call them?
Mortgage lenders.
Like a lawyer. You need to show up to the closing with a lawyer.
Okay, so it works a little different.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
So this is literally, I think it might be tri-state, but it's definitely New York.
Okay.
It's the biggest scam ever. I mean, the guy didn't even show up to the closing. He sent some
call?
other guy.
Okay.
He sent his guy.
Plebe?
Yeah, literally his under.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like $1,600 for a guy that didn't show up. Yeah, it's New York City, baby.
New York City prices.
Got to pay to play.
Yeah. Oh, you paid.
I did pay.
Yeah.
I paid a lot.
Nah, good investment though, man. I mean, you can never go wrong
Solid.
with New York State fucking real estate,
Solid.
man.
I will never be able to. Well, I wouldn't say never, but anytime soon, be able to afford a house here.
That's all. It's impossible, bro.
And then when you get it, essentially, it's gonna need work, probably like $100,000 worth.
Maybe, yeah.
And it's just not even. It's not feasible for a single guy.
Nah, no shot, dude.
No.
Yeah, you gotta be partnered up, dual income.
Dual income, 110%.
Or just really doing it. Really doing it.
But no, so a lot of these like just to even apply for a mortgage through your bank and everything, like,
oh, dude, it's the most stressful shit, man.
Paperwork.
It's so much paperwork.
Like if
So
it wasn't
much.
for like my parents,
Mm-hmm.
if it wasn't for like my mother who was like sold mortgages back in the day.
Oh, so she was like on top of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if you show up and your I's aren't dotted and your T's aren't crossed, like they're just gonna be like, they're not gonna take you seriously.
Yeah.
You know?
Dude, it's a hassle and a half, bro.
Especially for a co-op.
Especially, yeah.
Not even for a house.
You're dealing with HOAs as well, right? Did you have to do an interview for your HOA? I remember
I
my
did.
brother did for his.
Yeah, it was really weird.
Yeah.
It was so weird. And you know who interviews you? Other people that own. So essentially, like me, if I wanted to be like part of the board or whatever, I would interview these people and make sure that, they're, you basically vet them.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. And it's just not, it's
They're
just
like,
crazy. I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah. No, I mean, it makes sense, right? Because they're like, they have kids or, right, they have partners and they're like, I don't want this weirdo showing, living next to me,
Yeah. It's,
right. No, it
or
makes
you
sense.
just want people that are financially responsible.
Yeah.
Because if you have a majority of the people who are owning and, they can't deliver, then all the property cost goes down and you just need financially responsible people.
Yeah. I mean, they got to take care of their own in their area. They're some are super selective, man. I mean, so you have to have like a certain income for certain areas, credit scores, right? All that stuff. Like references, right? And then the interview. So speaking of interviews, so I'm sure there was like a board or something, whatever, if it was like a specific amount of people. Yeah. So for people that don't know too, like, and I remember you mentioning this the other day, you said that your HOA actually just went up like $80, right?
Yeah.
You've been here for a couple months. So if you guys end up getting a co-op or condo, whatever it is, I highly suggest, they'll email out like random like emails like, hey, we're having a board meeting for XYZ, right? And it's important for you not to just delete those emails, but also to, especially now with COVID and everything, like you can do everything through Zoom. Like they'll give you like a, username and password, and you can show up there. And they discuss like where the money is going, right? Like, because your HOA goes to certain things, right? Like
heat, water,
right? Yeah, all that good
taxes,
stuff, right? Exactly. Roofing, right? They have a certain budget for certain things, and if you don't attend those meetings, you're not really gonna know where that money's going, right? So I think that's important too, right? Just something that I just thought of, because like there might be 5 people that are like, let's raise it $80, but if you're there and you're like, nah, bro, I don't want to pay $80. That just doesn't make sense to me. You could like, you could refute. Yeah, you could refute, and then essentially like have a voice for your HOA as well. So next time you see some like emails like that, right? I'm sure they have a good reason for it, right? But just something to keep in mind too, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know, like how it would be for just like a property or actual land, because I just own the shares. I don't own the land, the physical land.
Right.
So it's shares within the community.
Okay. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It's So I'm like 3 months now. I think I just made my 3rd mortgage payment.
How's it feel, man?
It's definitely. I mean, I never paid rent. I don't know what it's like to just.
I mean, you were
give some
very
random.
Lucky. Yeah, very lucky. You did, but you played your cards right too, right? Yeah. I mean, you have one or two options, right? When you're 19, 20, 21, right? You're like, all right, I'm getting out of mom's nest, right? That's what I did, right? And I ended up renting with a couple friends, through college and stuff. But then that puts you in a hole, right? Because you're not saving money, right? I mean, you're living paycheck to paycheck, right? You're on the come up, the New York City come up, and it's tough. It's tough to get out of that hole, right? So, option B is, you stay home with the parents, right? And that's becoming a lot more popular now.
What's the loans? It's the student loans.
Student loans, right?
And that, people aren't taking them seriously.
Yeah,
they think the president's gonna fucking pay it off.
Yeah.
And I mean,
maybe. I don't know about Biden, but
how there are different loans for different people. You could have a federal loan, or you could have like Sally Mae. Who knows if the president's even gonna? Isn't that like a separate loan company? I mean, yeah, you did the right thing. Yeah. You joined the military.
I went to the military.
This guy hasn't worked a 9 to 5.
No, I mean,
forever.
But that's a good point, right? I mean, it goes back to that point, right? I mean, you have one of those two options, and then I remember seeing my path going, okay, well, I'm at a dead end job, right? And now my options are limited to keep this lifestyle that I've chosen, right? The living on your own, right? Doing your own thing. If you wanted to keep that, you have to figure something out, right? So I joined the military because I was like, I want to keep my lifestyle, right? It was either that or going back home to mom and pops, right? And I was seeing all my friends, right? TC, right? I don't want to use first names or last names.
So
But, I mean, dude was $80K in the hole, right? And I knew another buddy was, $90K in the hole for architecture school, right?
Yeah.
I mean, and you're seeing them, and then they get out of college, and they go having, not even like wanting to, but having to go back to mom and pops, right?
Yeah.
These student loans are crazy, man. And I don't want to get stuck in that hole,
Yeah, it's tough.
It's tough, man. It's tough.
It's definitely tough. Like they don't teach you these things.
They don't, dude. They don't.
No. They let an 18-year-old child basically
borrow $40,000 a year.
40.
Let's
try more than that. 40. You're talking $40,000. You're talking like 90s
a year.
Well, I'm talking overall.
Overall, okay, okay.
More than 40 overall.
So private schools, right? Like back in 2014 when I left, right? That was like 40, 50K. It was like, okay, you're at a top prestigious school. Like
you're talking like high school, or you're talking college?
College.
Oh yeah. So I went to a Catholic college.
Okay.
And dude, it was just like the biggest scam ever. Like they were making me take like music, not like music history. These are all like prereqs, and when you like boil down,
what did you go for?
So I went for radiology. So I did like basically bachelor's in science.
Yeah.
Right. You got to get your prereqs.
Right. Music, key ingredient.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro.
Wouldn't have made it without that.
Insane. And then when you boil down how much a single credit is, I think it was think it was like $9.50 for single
like
credit.
Like a grand of credit.
Yeah.
Wild.
And you know how much? How many credits that class was? 3.
3 credits.
So I paid a little over $3,000 to learn music history.
Learn some D chords.
To learn, not music. I didn't learn music. The history of music, like wooden instruments.
Has it helped at all? Like at a bar, right? You meet a chick, you're like, hey, I know some fucking history. Oh, you're a music major?
I know that's I know the difference between a cello and an upright bass. You know what I mean? Like,
oh, that's impressive.
Nobody gives a shit. Nobody fucking cares.
We give a shit.
But yeah, dude. And then I got. Yeah. So I paid off my first loan.
Mm. Oh, I remember
like
this.
$20,000.
You're getting after it.
So I paid off my first loan. It was like 20 G's. That ended up being my parents, the loan that was taken out in my parents' name. Mm. And then I totally forgot that I had my own login.
Oh God,
dude, I logged in. Imagine thinking you're like you cross the line at in the marathon, right? You're like,
yeah,
like, and then I was like, oh wait, fuck, I have a login too, just to like make sure that everything was square, right? Yeah. Bro, I log in. There's another $20,000 waiting for me
with interest. So
with interest.
So this is interest that's been tacked on.
I'm not ashamed. I cried. I like tears. I went down to my parents because obviously I was still living at home.
Mom, I blew it.
Like I was so mad, but I couldn't be mad at them.
Right.
So I was just like,
it's mad at the system.
I just melted.
Mad at the system, man.
Yeah. It sucks.
And this is post graduation.
This wasn't even my program. This was like just like you had to get your prereqs to get into the program.
So this was mid school.
This was my bachelor's.
Okay, so this is after school. That you
no, I'm mistaken. This was just strictly prereqs. This was 2 years of school.
Okay.
And then I went into my radiology program, and then it was bad.
Because that's a specialty, right? I mean, like that's your prereqs to get into that specific program. I mean, that's a great trade, man. I
mean, considering what happened the past 2 years, yeah.
I mean, a lot of work. There's nowhere else to be than the medical field right now, man.
There's absolutely no what's the word? Like there's no
job security's there.
The job security's there, and there's no way that I'm gonna get just lose my job. Yeah, like hospitals do not go under.
You're in a union.
Yeah.
Did it right.
But it's weird though. Like I'm at a point in my life where it's like, okay, now stay here for 30 years.
It's tough. That's tough.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh, fuck.
Do you feel like it's? Oh, this is a good one, right? Because now it's like, is life predetermined now, right? Like, does it feel like you're stuck, right? I mean, in all things, like all good things aside, right? I mean, so many good things have come from these choices you made and these sacrifices, right? But now it's like, okay, boom, we got the apartment, we got a good job, right? But now we got to pay for the apartment, and we have to get a job, right? Like, does it feel? I'm sure a lot of people are feeling it too, right? Like,
yeah.
Do you feel stuck at all?
I don't feel stuck. I mean, this is life.
Yeah.
This is life. Yeah. Like, everyone's got to work. This is what I tell myself. Everybody has to do something for money.
Right.
You got to do 9 to 5, or, you run your own business, which is rare for a lot of New Yorkers. I feel like people who immigrate here, like first or second generation, have family businesses, or they're doing other things. But yeah, mainly people that immigrate here have family businesses. They pass it to their kids, so on and so forth. We know people like that.
Right.
And then like the third generation, you go to school, right? Your family is like, we came here.
Right.
We want you to be educated. I'm the first person in both sides of my family to graduate college with a bachelor's.
That's awesome.
Which is weird.
Yeah.
Because they've never experienced that, so they think it's such a great thing. But when it's you and you're on the back end, yeah, it's great. Like I got skinned alive financially to get where I am here, and I didn't let any of my parents pay for any of my loans, because it's like, you're putting me up.
Right. Yeah, you're already
you're dealing with me. You're putting up with me.
Right.
You know, that was my way of, I guess, thanking them back.
Right.
Like, hey, don't worry about it. I got this 20 grand nut. I'll take care of this.
I'll cry.
But
I'll get it
you
done.
know, being home, not having many expenses, like my car, I didn't have a car note. Like my car was fully paid off.
Your first car was awesome.
Yeah, no, it wasn't.
Yeah, what do we call it?
It looked like a Wienermobile, like the Oscar Mayer
Wienermobile.
And it had like and it had like, I want to say like 12 windows. It was like a fishbowl.
It had the rollies. Classic, bro. But yeah, everybody needs that, right? Like needs that first car.
Everyone needs humbling.
Yes. Yeah.
And it was, bro. I was so embarrassed of that car. I would I had it in high school. At the end.
Pick up chicks in the
rollie. It was bad, dude. It was bad. I'd park like wherever we were, I'd park like 2 blocks away. Yeah. Just walk to the house or the venue or whatever it was, or the bar or whatever. I was just like, I'm parking this far.
240K mile Subaru with the maroon.
No, it was a
red, right?
Hyundai Elantra wagon.
Was it a Hyundai Elantra? Oh, I thought it was a Subi. Okay. Yeah. I thought it was like an old school Subi wagon.
I think I have like one picture next to it, posing next to it. Because like, why would it have...
You got to frame that.
Why would I have any more pictures of me posing next to that car?
You got to frame that. You got to find that one. You got to frame it. But yeah, that's where I started, you know?
Yeah, I think I will. Right next to my college diploma that I didn't get. I still have to get it. I didn't get it. I think it's about to be 4 years.
Yeah.
They sent me emails. I don't even have my graduation pictures because it's like, bro, I'm fucking 26 and I just graduated college.
That's not an odd thing anymore though.
No, I mean, if I had a kid and he just graduated high school and he didn't know what he wanted to do, I wouldn't push this kid into school and then have him rack up all these loans, taking all these stupid prereqs, health, and God knows what they would make him do.
Dude, you know in Europe, man, like people take like year or two sabbaticals after high school.
Yeah.
And
2 years?
Yeah, dude.
That's a lot of time.
Yeah, and it's actually on the government's dime. You know, because they, the smaller population, they can afford to do that.
Yeah, it's a small
places
country.
like Amsterdam, dude, people just...
Oh, you mean the place where prostitution is legal? Yeah. Oh, you mean that country?
And great taxes over there. No, dude, it's sick, man. Like you're like, you know what? I don't really know what I want to do. I want to figure myself out a little bit. So you get a stipend to live, right, after high school. You know, sometimes mid-college, right? And you could just be like, hey, I'm off. I'm coming to do my thing, and then you come back. And you're good to go. How wild is that?
I mean, that sounds foreign, just like that foreign country. You know what I mean? Like.
We can't do that here. We have too many people.
It's way too many people.
Yeah.
But states.
So I'm from Colombia, right? And you had one or two options out of high school. If you weren't going to college, like you didn't have hey, boom, your boy's accepted, you're going into the military. So like all my dad's brothers.
You're going to go fight the FARC.
Yeah. You're going to serve this country. 2-year minimum, right? I think that's amazing, right? I think that's I feel like that would bring so many good things to America, right?
Yeah.
It's like
if everyone served?
If everyone served, I think that would be amazing.
I believe that. Like I like how the Brits have the royalty serve and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's dope, right? And like it's like, hey man, you're not gonna go to college, respect, but you're gonna learn how to be a functioning member of society.
Yeah.
You're gonna give back for a little bit. Right. And then you get set up, right? And I'm not sure they get set up as much as we do, right? Join the military, right? Like we have GI Bills, VA benefits, right? Things of that nature. But yeah, man, I think that would be a super, super, super cool thing. If we implemented that.
So you came here to this country at what age?
I was 5 years old. So my parents' business went under. My dad worked in communications, so we in Colombia is more of like a haves have-nots back in the day, right? Still like that, but not as terrible.
Mm-hmm.
But things back in the 90s, 80s, late 80s, early 90s. I mean, it was narco ruled, right?
Yeah,
it was bad place.
I mean, there's a million shows on Netflix that explains that.
Yeah, I mean, you can watch dozens of documentaries now, right? And great shows. And my dad worked for a communications company where like beepers and cell phones were just coming out. So beepers were like the hot stuff, right? And so he did very well, right? So we were in that class of people that were doing, better than others. But the economy was bad, and so my mom said, hey, we're gonna go to America and start a new life. So it was 98 or 99. And yeah, we went from a 3-story house, condominium, like pool. I had a maid. I had a full-time maid lived with us.
Full-time.
Yeah.
She was a family member that was paid.
Oh, yeah. For real. She was like my second mom. We had so many because I was such a bad kid. I remember my brother would give me the nod if he didn't like her. And he'd be like, get rid of her. And I'd be like, all right, I know what to do. I was such a mischievous little fuck, man. We went through dozens, man.
Yeah, you guys were fucking princes.
Yeah. And
came to America and you were shit.
we went from that, right, to a family friend took us in Jamaica, Queens, and we lived in a room literally no bigger than this, bro, with 2 bunk beds. Mm-hmm. Mom and pop's one.
This room.
No bigger than this.
Yeah.
Yeah. And me and my brother, and the other. So, I mean, talk about like riches to rags.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, to shoot for the American dream.
People don't like that story. They like it the other way.
They like the other way. Yeah. The inventing Anna story. Yeah. Yeah. It's wild. I mean, but you're right. I mean, that's yeah, man, the come up is different that way, especially like,
it either makes or breaks you.
Yeah. And having parents that sacrifice all that for you to have a better future. I mean, it goes back to what you were saying, man. Like, they gave you the opportunity to go to school. Yeah. Right. And it's like, that's something that you felt like, hey man, like I have to give this to them and for myself. Right. Yeah. I mean, that's the fact that they did that. I was like, okay, I have to find something that is going to make that worth it. Mm-hmm. Right. Like, how can I be the best version of myself? Right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, classic immigrant story, man. I mean, a room this big to, first duplex, one side obviously to, a little apartment, and then my parents ended up buying a house, so next to a park, I mean, they couldn't be happier.
No, it's a great house. Yeah. And it's a great park too. Yeah. Queens has like the best parks.
Oh yeah. I just ran there today, man. It was amazing. People are alive here.
Yeah. No, it's definitely a good area. Queens is the best state. Yeah. No, so okay. So you didn't have papers.
No, yeah.
Because you're obviously not working because you're a child.
Yeah, we came here as so we came here on my dad's work visa. Mm-hmm. It was on an O visa. It was extraordinary ability. So he was an engineer, right? Mm-hmm. Obviously, and he got a job coming over here. I mean, making 100-some K. Early 2000s. Yeah. Without knowing a lick of English. I mean, that's how good my dad was. That's right? Wild. Right? But that amount of money with a fresh family, right?
Yeah.
Like, not knowing the language, giving back to, to your family members in Colombia. I mean, it stretches very thin, right? And because that's the, Hispanic culture is you send money back home.
Yeah.
Right?
And you had a lot of family back there?
Oh, yeah.
Back home?
Oh, yeah. And my dad, he was the oldest of, like 7. So when his dad died really young, and he was the oldest.
Yeah.
3 sisters, 4 brothers, something like that. And so when he was 14, he was working. I mean, that man is 66, 67 now, and he's been working since that day, right?
It's tough, but they love it.
They love it. It's all he's known.
Yeah,
right?
They love that shit.
Yeah, dude, that generation is built different, man.
Yeah, it is.
They're built different.
We're getting softer.
We're soft. We're definitely getting soft. Like if we thought we were soft, I mean,
think about their parents. Bro, they're just like they had a kitchen and a living room. They're like, let's have 9 kids. You know what I mean? It's
what else is there to do?
They're like, oh, also I'm gonna go to war. I'll be back.
I'll be back.
I'll send you a letter or 2. When
I come back, I better have a.
So how did the work visa? How long? Like, does that renew? Because then you obviously like. What schools did you go to here? You went to like middle school or you
elementary school? Yeah,
you went from elementary
school. Yeah,
and that whole time from
I skipped kindergarten because I think that was a transition year. We went to Disney World.
So from like that young age that you were, all that schooling, you were never a citizen.
No,
how is that possible?
I wasn't a citizen until I actually was naturalized through the military. Yeah.
How they just
it's
so crazy.
So we became if you live here for a certain amount of years, you can apply for a permanent residency. Mm-hmm. So you're a temporary resident after you get accepted with your visas and stuff, and then after 5 years of being a temporary resident, you can apply for permanent residency. Once you get permanent residency, then you're able to apply for citizenship. But a lot of people never make it from permanent to citizen because it's so expensive, right? And that kind of goes back
to live or
to
just
apply.
Oh, apply.
Yeah, I mean, you got to get lawyers, paperwork. I mean, you're talking $1,000 to $2,000 a person, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, what family?
Like a whole family.
What family in Queens living in an apartment is gonna be able to knock out, almost 10 grand for the family of 4 to just get a piece of paper, right?
And to someone that's immigrating here from that country, that just sounds ridiculous.
It sounds wild, right? I mean, they make it extremely difficult, So I remember my brother couldn't even, so he's in cybersecurity, and when he graduated college, and he went to NYU, man, I mean, great school and everything, right? But his competition were people that were able to get clearances, right? Because they had, they were able to get clearances, right? So because he wasn't a citizen, you're not able to be trusted with certain material, right? So he was getting run up through jobs because he wasn't a citizen, right?
Really?
Right. Yeah.
So wait, when did your brother become a citizen?
So like I said, I got mine through the military, and just conveniently enough, literally that year, my parents decided, hey, we're just gonna apply for it.
Yeah.
So they did all the paperwork there, the legit way.
How long did it take?
Shit, I mean, if we moved here in '99, and that was back in 2016. Yeah. So it took a while. I mean, on average, it does take about 10 years, but I think we did.
Wait, you started? What year did you start paperwork? Do you know offhand?
I don't know offhand.
Your dad was like, I'll take care of this.
Yeah. It's kind of one of those things. It's like you kind of forget about, right? I mean, who has 10 grand laying around, right? When you're saving up for a house, or you're both your kids are in college. Like, none of these immigrant families have 10 G's to just be like, yeah, I think this is a good month to get this done.
Yeah, it's so weird here, bro. Just immigration, and citizenship, and
I actually had to denounce my Colombian citizenship when I got my clearance with the military to do the naturalization.
Yeah.
Yeah. But my parents were actually to keep theirs. My brother was able to keep his. So that's pretty cool. But
so so you gave it up, but do you have it by association to your parents or no?
No. So
you'd have to marry somebody over there.
Yeah, or I would have to denounce. Dude, I don't even know. But I was actually recently in Colombia for my brother's triathlon, and dude, I was getting scolded. I was getting hounded at the at immigration because they knew I was Colombian.
Bitching you out?
It said born in Colombia, and they're like, where's your Colombian passport? And I was like, I had to denounce it, and it was a whole thing,
in Spanish.
Yeah. It's a whole thing. Yeah, it was weird. It was almost like I betrayed them.
They definitely gave you some shade.
Yeah, they gave me some shade for sure.
Right. Get out of here, bitch boy.
Yeah, it was weird. It was weird.
That's tough.
Yeah, but I mean, I think the dual citizenship thing is awesome because you can, they can be free to go back and forth.
Why wouldn't it just doesn't make sense to me? Why wouldn't the military want you to have that other citizenship?
Alliances. Like if you pledge allegiance to the flag, right? To America.
Yeah, but let's say they wanted you to go over there and do some work.
Right.
You're Spanish speaking.
Yeah.
Individual.
Yeah.
American.
Yeah. I mean, that's where I see my career going is doing some good things down there with that AO, that area of operations.
You might as well.
If I decide to go that route with, a certain team. But yeah, I mean, to them, it's more of to get, so in the military, you get certain clearances, right? You get your secret, you get your top secret. And in order to have that and be able to handle that sensitive information, you can't be embedded with another foreign nation. And Colombia is technically a foreign nation. So, and that applies to everything.
How are they foreign? Are they not under NATO or no?
Oh, they are. Yeah, but still, it's just not how it's done. I mean, they have their own military, man. You can't be. It's almost like
we don't have a base over there.
Like being a spy.
I guess we don't. We don't have
UN.
a base.
We have UN.
Yeah.
But so that's just how it operates, man. You can't have both.
Yeah.
If you're in the military, you gotta pick one, right? And I was happy to, man. I mean, the military provided me a great quality life. Getting out of Queens, seeing the world, giving me a trade. So
yeah,
I was happy to.
So now with the military, are you? So you did do a lot, right? You got injured, right? Yeah. You had a couple surgeries.
Oh yeah. Selection was rough on the body, man. Yeah.
All right. So for people that don't know, what is it? MOS or
so Army and Marine Corps, they do MOS.
Okay.
That's your specialty.
Yeah.
Air Force has AFSC, which is your source code, same thing. Yeah. So your MOS is essentially what you do, right?
Yeah. So the only way I know about MOS is, I don't know if you know, like when I graduated high school, I just didn't know what the fuck I wanted to do. Yeah. So like, I had like this Marine poster that my dad gave me.
Yeah.
So my dad works for the MTA, and he had this Marine poster, and he took it off a bus. I guess there was like advertisement to join the Marines or whatever. And I had it in my room, and I don't know why. I was just like, I think I'm going to join the Marines, Mom. And, my mom's like,
oh, Mom's hate it.
Bugging out, like only child, like, what?
My bloodline.
Yeah, really. So like I did everything. I went in. I don't know what I did. I think I logged in. Like I went on the website and I gave him my information. Bro, I want to say like an hour later, I got a call. like, hey, how you doing? We saw your application. You want to come down and come talk to us? So I was like, okay.
They're relentless, man.
They are.
Yeah.
It's weird.
They're relentless.
I spoke to this guy. I think he was from like Florida. He's like this, like.
So you actually went down there?
Dude, yeah. No, I didn't.
Okay.
All right. So let me tell you, right? So I went down there. I mean, it's such a weird situation. He goes in there. He's like, okay, hey. So we're talking, and he's like, do me a favor. We're going to do a little physical real quick. So I did.
Kick off your shirt. You're looking frail.
He was like, all right, do some sit-ups, do some push-ups.
Yeah, like 4 in.
No, so like, what really got him going, like, got him hot and heavy was he was like, we have a pull-up bar. Let's see you do some pull-ups.
Yeah.
And I think the minimum is like 5.
Yeah.
Right? I think I banged out like 25.
Yeah.
Because I loved pull-ups.
Yeah.
Like I hated working out, but just pull-ups was just so much fun.
Yeah, you have a pull-up bar over there.
Yeah. So I banged out. I think I banged out like 30.
Nice.
And this guy was like fucking like swooning, bro. He was just like
corner of it.
Fuck, I need him.
You're going special operations.
This kid's gonna get me a bonus.
How do you look with your head shaved?
Yeah. So I did everything, and he's got this like laminate. He's got this binder with laminated fucking pages and everything. He's going through like all the sweet jobs. Yep. That's what they do. They try to like swindle young children into literally fucking
signing them away, baby.
Into like the mortar squad.
Yeah. I mean, the Marine Corps doesn't have a lot of jobs. I mean, you're infantryman.
I think it just got me going because the uniform was sick.
They do have the coolest uniforms.
Yeah, they do.
I'll give them that.
So yeah, I did everything.
Got to the core.
I took. What is it? The ASVAB?
Yes.
Yeah. I didn't get that far.
That version of the SATs.
Yes. Yep. I didn't get that far. I took like they had like a little Dell computer, like with a little test.
A little prelims.
I think
make sure you're not like you have Asperger's.
Bro, I think I got like a 75 or something. And yeah, the guy was like, he walked me to the door, and I thought I failed. And he's like, you passed.
Congratulations, you spelled your name correctly.
So I think he had my number already. So he walked me out. I got a call the next day, and they wanted to come to my house.
Yeah.
Meet my parents.
No way.
Yeah.
Wow.
Dude, I did. I went that far.
Wow.
I went that far.
Yeah.
So they showed up, dressed to the nines, and my mom's like
carrying the flag.
My mom's the folded flag already. And my mom's like sobbing, like she's like can't even hold it in.
No way.
Yeah. So
I've never heard this story.
It's a round. Yeah, it's a round table.
Of course it is.
It's me, my dad, my mom, and then
your dad's proud as fuck.
No.
No.
My dad's like, what the fuck is this? What is he doing? What are you doing? And they like going giving my parents the whole spiel, which is kind of different from the one that they told me.
You? Yeah.
Yeah. And
now you're like, yeah, I'm really in this.
yo, just a young kid.
Yeah.
Cashing checks that
just
his ass can't pay for.
Yeah, just trying to find a way, man.
And
it's a delicate age, man.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, that's an age where you don't know what to do.
I just school wasn't for me, bro. Like out of middle school, I applied for all these high schools. I didn't get into any of them.
I remember getting shot down by Townsend Harris.
Everybody.
I was like, dang, dude, I'm gonna make it.
So I got
shot down.
So if you don't get into your high school, you go to your zone school, which is for me was Van Buren, which was horrible.
5,000
which is like
kids.
Basically joining the Marines. Like basically going to Iraq. And it was a horrible school.
Yeah.
At the time, I think it's a lot better now.
Yeah,
Sure.
I mean, New York public schools, man,
they're hit or miss.
They definitely fail you in a lot of ways.
Yeah,
but they grow you up fast in a certain way, man. Right? I mean, that's such a unique experience that I remember realizing how unique it was when I was in the military.
Yeah,
right. When you're meeting these kids from Middle America, right, where their high school graduating class was 76 kids.
76? The graduating class?
Graduating class. I mean, when someone said 115, I was like, bro, I had 1,200 kids in my graduating class.
Yeah. So, okay. So, to segue, damn.
It was a melting pot, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, my parents, speaking about high school, so my parents didn't want me going to this zone school. So, they're like, oh, we got to get him to Catholic school.
Yeah.
So I went from public school, all from elementary to middle school.
And those are the only two options.
Yeah.
It's three, right? You get into like the prestigious like Townsend or one of the
Townsend
specialized
is
schools.
Where? In Brooklyn? Or
honestly, I can't even remember. I've been out of here for so long. But whatever, right? It's one of those schools where you take a test and then, hey, bro, you're in a specialized school.
Yeah,
right? You're
or like
Stuyvesant, right? You're going somewhere.
Right. What's the aviation school or whatever.
All those, right? And then the other one is New York public schools, right? Your zone schools, right?
Yeah.
Your Dozos, your Fan Lou, your Van Buren.
Yeah.
And then the last step is the Catholic schools, right?
Yeah.
Where
and then
they pay like 5-10 G's a year and you get a good education throughout high school, right? You wear the uniforms and everything, right? Some are
You wear uniforms?
In some Catholic schools, yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh no. Yeah. Okay, yeah. I thought you were talking about public schools. So yeah. So I ended up going to St. Mary's.
Yeah.
Which was like
is that an all boys school?
No. So it used to be. It used to be girl and boy school.
Okay.
It used to be separated. So it's two buildings that if you had a class in the other building, I forgot what it was called. But you would literally go outside, rain, sleet, or snow, and just cross the street to go to the next building. And then kids in that building would be going this way. So it was literally like,
it's weird.
Like a weird outside little like fresh air session where you're just like, oh, okay. It's not migrating.
So you do the smoke break.
yeah, for some kids.
Yeah.
So yeah, I went there, Catholic high school.
The yard.
So it was like paid babysitting.
Right.
It's a fucking joke.
Yeah.
It's such a fucking joke. And they're still sending us mail for money. Like, hey, you want to make a little donation? I'm like, no, fuck off.
Fuck off.
It's horrible. But Yeah, dude. No,
St. Mary's.
I finished high school. I didn't know what to do with my life.
Right.
So
you're at the round table.
In my dumb male brain, I'm just like, I'll join the Marines.
Yeah.
You know?
Which wouldn't have been a bad move.
No, it would have been horrible.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, Marine
I've
Corps
never
is pretty
seen
tough.
a Marine. All right, no disrespect to Marines. I respect them 110%. Tip of the spear. But, like, I've never seen a successful, like, honorably discharged Marine. Sorry.
Oh, I disagree, bro. I know many.
I'm sure you are because you're in the mix.
Yeah.
But, like, we're talking perspective and point of view.
Okay.
Like, now, like, me personally, I've never met, like, oh, yeah, I'm killing life. I'm an honorably discharged Marine. Usually they're, like, issues, you know?
Yeah, I mean. So
That's just me. That's just my point of view. I'm not, like, disrespecting any Marines.
Right.
I love them. The uniform is awesome. Anytime I see them out, I'm like, yo, I would look good in that fucking uniform. I really would. I could model the uniform, but yo, don't send me over there.
So what ended up happening?
So it just so going back to the house meeting, I met my parents, gave the parents the whole spiel. Yeah. And they left, and my mom just like waterfall, Niagara Falls, out of the eyes.
Love it.
And
classic.
And she was like, "You can't do this." And I was like, "Yeah, but why?" She's like, "You're only this, that, and third." And
were you doing it out of? We're out of spite because you're also in a delicate age where you're like, I want to make my own name, or are you just like you're really lost? So you were trying to find your.
Yeah, I was lost.
Yeah,
I was lost. I was so lost.
How old were you at this point?
I couldn't even tell you, bro. Like I left back in like first grade, so like, it's not the standard age group.
Yeah,
and I have like I think I was.
It's not surprising.
Hey, I turned out all right.
You turned out all right.
I want to say, when does the standard person graduate high school?
18.
18?
Yeah.
I was probably like 21. No, I'm kidding. No, I was probably like 19.
Yeah.
On my way to 20.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I was on the 20 year.
Yeah. That's when you're working you're working odd jobs.
Yeah.
You're a lifeguard, right? You're doing right. I remember those days for sure.
And
you're trying to find it. You're trying to find your passion. You're trying to find something that makes sense.
Find it. I was just stumbling. I was going to stumble into it.
Yeah. You almost did.
Yeah.
You almost stumbled your way into boot camp.
I feel like if you really think about it, if you think about like different dimensions, like let's say there's like 5 of you and you all make different decisions where you go in that life. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Could have been one.
Could have been great. Could have been bad.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's no way of knowing. That would be just dwelling.
Right.
Like I would literally just be like, I'd probably be legless right now. Shit was ramping up back then.
Yeah. War was still pretty hot.
Yeah.
Early like 2010, 2013.
I mean,
2012,
dude,
things were
any military story you hear, like, especially like World War II, there's like 16-year-olds like, that look like me. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like they aged different back then.
They were
whatever was in that water was hitting.
They were built different.
Yeah, they were. Grown-ass men.
Yeah. Well, so I remember I have an uncle. He's not really my uncle, but
family uncle.
He was in the Army, and he was like, and I remember him telling him, hey, I think I want to join the service. And he's like, don't join the Army, join the Air Force. Because he's like, better quality of life.
Yeah.
He's like, it's going to be a great experience, but join the Air Force. So that's what I ended up doing. That's like, I was like, all right, well, they have the highest ASVAB scores for, whatever MOS job, whatever.
Medical.
Yeah. And that's what I wanted to do. So.
No, it's definitely the move.
Yeah.
Like, me and you, like we were together and working that bullshit job life.
Oh, yeah.
You were going to school. You were failing chemistry.
I'm so bad.
You were failing chemistry. I think I was transferring. And, yeah, dude, definitely, like, just 2 dudes from Queens just fucking going separate routes, dude.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Trying to make it, man. Trying to find your path.
And I'm actually jealous of your life right now, bro.
Oh, thanks, man.
You're living it.
Doing all right.
Doing cool shit.
Doing okay.
Bouncing around. Mr. Worldwide.
Mr. Worldwide. Just got to shave my head.
Yeah.
Be like Pitbull.
No, but you definitely don't have any regrets, right?
Nah, man. I would do it again in a heartbeat, man.
Yeah. Maybe things differently, but you do it again.
Yeah. No, I don't think I'd change anything, man. Yeah. I mean, you know, whatever journey you get sent off. I mean, that's for a reason, man. You know, I mean, you learn who you are. You know, I mean, your 20s are to figure out who am I, right? And the Air Force and the military, it's as a whole, gave me the resources to find out who I really was. Right?
Yeah.
And it gave me so many opportunities to be able to, go to certain places, meet certain people, right? I mean, dude, I met my girlfriend on an airplane, right? Where me and my brother were going to Amsterdam for a weekend. We're going to do a little Euro trip, and we happened to sit next to each other. Yeah. Right? Because I was on leave. I was on vacation. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a wild story.
Like, yeah, I mean, you definitely get put, you can, like I said, right, you get those resources to be like, all right, what do I want to do? Where do I want to go? What do I want to see? So,
yeah.
It's definitely been a pretty cool little path, man.
No, definitely. Being a civilian, it's kind of boring. I know you refer to me as a civilian.
You're a civvy, bro. Yeah. Honestly, I mean, I can't imagine. I don't think I'm done with it yet, because I can't imagine going back to the civilian sector yet. I don't think I would fit in well, like right away. I think the transition is very abrupt from the military life. And it's not even like I don't want people to confuse it with the, yes, sir, I need instructions, yes, ma'am, like that type of vibe, right? Like, because I think some people might think that, like, that's how the military runs. But, depending on where you work and what you do, like, I'm in it for the people, man. Like, I'm in it for, like, my buddy Thomas, right? Like, I'm in it for, like, people that, like, just, they have, they're quality people, man. Like, you want to be in a room, you want to look around, and you want to be around people that want to better themselves every day, and I think if you're not in that room, you got to reevaluate your shit,
Yeah.
And I don't think the civilian sector has that everywhere.
No.
Where you see a lot of complacency and a lot of mediocrity and a lot of just kind of robotic, like day to day.
Yeah.
And
it's a 9-to-5 grind, bro. It's just that's literally me.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to say all of that, but like, no, it's very robotic.
Yeah.
It's very robotic. It's just like, I have to be here for this amount of time.
Right.
And do this, and then I'm done.
Right.
And then the next day, I got to do it all over again.
Right.
Just doing a function
mm-hmm.
every other day till your day off.
Right.
And then you come back and do it all again. Then times that by 25 to 30 years.
It's a life sentence.
And then I'm out. To do what? I have no idea.
We're going to Florida.
Hopefully, yeah.
No, I mean, and that's fine though, right? Because you can find passion, you can find right, you can be happy where you're at. What I'm saying is, man, it's like, it goes back to that quality of person thing, right? Where I'm sure at work you find people where they're like, hey, can you help me out with this? That's not my job.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm not. Yeah, we don't do that, right? Where it's like, where I've worked, right? Like I've been in the so I worked for a civil search and rescue team in Anchorage, Alaska, and where they do, they're flight paramedics, and they're part of like AFSOC, right, which is like a Air Force Special Operations Command. Mm-hmm. So I think the type of people that you meet in those environments, right, I don't think they're replicated in the civilian sector, right? So where it's like, it goes back to that, I don't know if I could, my shift's off in like like 5, bro. Right? Where I worked for that amount of time, dude, I mean, it's, hey, bro, let's get it done, right? Like, all hands on deck. Like, let's get this done, right? And I don't see that. You don't see that in the civilian sector, man. You know, and I think I would miss
especially
that.
Like union work.
Oh yeah, like, you clocking out, man.
Yeah,
right?
I work for a union, which I feel like healthcare should never be unionized. It's just bare minimum. Just union just screams like bare minimum. Like, just people don't want to go above and beyond. Like, sometimes I personally go against that. I try to,
as you should, man.
I try to go against the grain. You know, some days I don't.
Right.
It's just like, you catch me on a bad day, I'm just like bedside manner is like out the window.
Right. Like, right. I mean, everyone has those days.
Yeah.
But you know what? What's awesome about the community that I mentioned is when you're not there, someone's there to pick up that slack, right? Because everyone's like team guys, you know, and it just goes back to that, man. I don't see that. Like, when you're having an off day, you know, Sally is not going to be doing that. Yeah. You know what I mean? And that's scary to me, man.
Yeah, it is. It can be scary.
To that.
Definitely can be scary.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's just everybody, they have their breaking point. You know? Yeah. It's just, I don't know.
Yeah, it's a tough one, man. Civilian life, I don't know. It's not for me yet.
I don't even know. I'm a civvy.
Yeah. Right, but there's things that anybody can do to better themselves every day, man. Right? I mean, you can go to the gym, right? You can find good hobbies, right? Start up a podcast, right? Something that you're like, hey, I want to put my energy into.
Or just like the will to learn, or to like break out of your routine. Yeah, you know, that's why I did this. Yeah, I did this because every day's the same.
Yeah, gotta change it up.
It's like literally Matrix shit. It's just repetition, same shit. And I need something to just go off the beaten path. I think this was it. And dude, it's crazy. Like, doing this, it's like putting yourself out there on the internet with everything that's going on right now. It's fucking scary. Like, setting all this up. Me, I'm the type of person to put what's the saying? The wagon before the horse. Yeah. Like, I did all this, and in the end result, you need to make content. Right. And that's like, it's scary to me. Yeah. It is, because it's
a new world.
Yeah. It is a new world. So it's very foreign.
It's intimidating. But you know what? I'm proud of it, because it's something that you didn't just say you were going to do it. Like, you
didn't do it. Yeah.
Right. It's like, yeah.
It's sad, because what made me go forth and do this and set this room up and purchase all this equipment and YouTube all this shit, how to set it up and how to edit. It's just basically because I've never failed in anything in my life. Not to say that I'm perfect, but like, I've never put myself out there. And yeah.
Oh, failure is beautiful, man.
That's not, it makes you better. Yeah. Makes you harder. Yeah. You know?
Oh, believe me, I know all about failure, brother. I've seen a disappointment or two in my career.
No, and I've definitely seen that. And
so and that's why I respect it, you know, because it's like, dude, it's something it seems simple, but like you said, right, there's so many components that make up this room, make up all this that you've made. Yeah. Right? And just to be able to put yourself out there and get out of your daily routine and do something new and say you were going to do it and do it, that's huge, man. Yeah. You know, like, that's props, that's respect, man. You know, not a lot of people do that, right? They're able to be content with being like, hey, all right, here's another day, rinse, repeat.
Yeah.
Matrix.
The only fear about this is just finding people to come on, and I'm sure I won't have a problem with, but there's just a regular fear.
Dude, I think it's a lot easier than I think we thought it was going to be too.
No, right? Yeah.
Where it's like, I mean,
we were definitely ripping shots before this. Like,
we got to loosen up a little bit, you know? Yeah. No, but it's so much easier, right? Yeah. No, you just talk, you just bullshit.
This is, I mean, I've seen content on the internet, and it's fucking weird. Yeah. It's fucking weird, bro. Like, for me, this is like real. Yeah. Not dancing, not fucking doing weird ad libs or, you know.
Make a TikTok.
I mean, no offense to people who dance. Like, just people who dance for like 5 seconds over like a soundtrack. Yeah.
Oh, that culture is so weird to me right now.
Yeah, dude, it's so foreign to me.
It's so cringe, man.
It makes me... my battle with starting this
it hurts my head.
Like, I want to get off Instagram personally, but then it's kind of like, what's the word? It's kind of like hypocritical because now I'm starting a podcast and I'm like putting it on YouTube and other platforms, audio platforms. But like me personally, I want to get off of Instagram because it's just like, just eats up all day. And dude, it sucks you in.
It does.
It's like,
dude, I put a timer.
It's weird.
I put a timer.
I did too. I took it off. Why? Why would I do this? Why would I take it off?
Sick.
Because I'm sucked in. It's so weird. I hate it. Like, first thing I wake up, I try. Like, I know I'm doing it, and I'm like, what are you doing? But I'm like, still.
An addiction. It's an addiction, man.
It's bad. The dopamine hits that I need.
Eating cheese.
No, but
it's like your daily dose of heroin in the morning is the Instagram.
Yeah. So this is like doing this podcast is like grounding me when it comes to like internet content. Like, this is real.
Yeah.
This is me, you having conversations, people watching this. Maybe they'll get something out of this. Maybe they'll cut it off after the first 2 minutes.
Right.
Who gives a fuck?
Right.
Not me. You know. But
that's a good way to look at it, man.
Yeah. Yeah. It's gonna be interesting. I'm definitely not gonna stop. I mean, I can't. I spent
you spent a good chunk of change.
Yeah. Yeah, because I wanted it to look and sound good. You know what I mean?
You gotta make it legit.
Yeah. But yeah, man. I really appreciate you being on.
Of course.
My first guest. I feel like it was just meant to be, like, you know. I appreciate it,
pretty
brother.
fun, bro. Yeah, of course, man.